Q&A time. I've got a couple of questions on the Facebook page. I've selected two that I'm going to go through today, guys. But firstly, even before I get into the Facebook questions, I thought one of the first things I should hit up, considering I've just been obviously overseas and on a holiday, a question that does get asked is, should I train while I'm on my holiday? It is a good question, man. And look, I don't practice what I preach on this one, so please hear me out. There's a lot of bullshit out there. You hear different things from different people. Some people say, man, it's all about hard work and you got to get in there and you got to train every second of your life. Other people will say, well, no, actually, when I was on a holiday, I took 4 weeks rest while I was on my holiday and I came back and I pushed more and I had better gains because I rested my muscles. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit because at the end of the day, man, every single person out there is different, and everybody reacts differently, you know what I mean? And it's about what works for you. So as far as I'm concerned, man, rest is phenomenal, Everybody thinks, man, if I take 2 weeks off, I'm going to shrink. It's all in the mind. That's what you think. You're not going to shrink after 2 weeks, man. Questions from Facebook. First question from Rob Crumpler. You had a couple of questions here for me, man. First of all, I believe you're part of the US Navy, so thank you for your service.
6 feet, sexy, playing out in my mind. One look.
As always, man, also thank you for your comments on my videos. I really do appreciate it. I saw a lot of positive comments there, and I do apologize for how long it took me to get you those programs. Don't follow all of them, man. Definitely don't follow those first ones. They are definitely dangerous, and I wouldn't be recommending them to anyone. But good to look at, that's all. Your questions for me, man. How long have you been working out? How long did it take to get the muscle and size that you are now? Man, look, I've been training for about 11 years. 8 years solidly. The first 2 to 3 years were kind of just doing everything and anything, and I think you'll see that through the programs. Those initial programs, you'll see a lot of volume. Back then I was training with my best friend, one of my best friends, Tommy the Tugpot, as we call him, aka Slacker Slully, aka Twig, as we used to call him, because he looked like a twig before he got jacked. We were doing 3-hour gym sessions, and then, every Friday after that session, we'd head to the pub and we'd drink a lot. So, that wasn't ideal, and that's why I like to say those particular days, I don't think I was training properly and wasn't getting the gains that I probably could have. 2005 to 2006, I saw a major change, really put in effort with nutrition, started getting into nutrition and different programs, mixing it up a bit, and I saw some really good gains, and to hit 114 when I decided I wanted to go really hard, as heavy as I possibly could to get that mass size. I changed up the nutrition massively. I went to eating, close to 10 meals a day, and training a lot more. It's the first time I really got into German volume training as well, a modified German volume training, and you'll see those programs. That was around about a 2-year period, but overall, I'd say 8 years solidly. Man, you've also asked here, you wanted to get a bit of a visual timeline because you're wondering about the training that you're doing yourself, as to how long it will take and, what the process will be for yourself. Realistically, man, for yourself and what your goals are from what you've told me in this, I really think that you can see some changes within the first 6 months of your training. In order to get down to what you probably want to get to, I'd probably say you're looking at about 1 to 2 years, legitimately, to get, a fully proportioned and end goal result. But as I mentioned, man, you can't be looking at you can't constantly be looking at the end goal. You've got to set these short-term goals, because if you constantly are looking at that end goal of, hey, I just want to be some jack dude, I'm gonna shred this fat and I want to have nothing but muscle, and that's all you're looking at. It can be kind of depressing at times, you know what I mean? And I know that there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of times I'm flicking through Instagram, man, I'm seeing a lot of bullshit on there, it's like people who Photoshop their shit, or it's constantly like models and all that kind of shit. I feel sorry for people who are out there, man, because, it's a lot of hard work, it's a lot of time, it's people who have dedicated their lives to that type of lifestyle, and it's difficult. So, yes, you can get there. It does take time, and for yourself, man, I really think that you got to set yourself short-term goals. 6 to 12 months, I definitely think you'll definitely see a change if you obviously follow the nutrition properly and you make it part of your lifestyle, so part of your life, if that's something you really want to change. But seriously, man, 1 to 2 years, it can be done. Robbie, last thing you've asked me, man, are you still trying to gain more size and strength? Aiming for Ronny Coleman's size? No. In regards to the Ronny Coleman size, man, hell no. I'll tell you 100% why. There are positives and there are negatives. And those negatives outweigh it for me, man. You know, sitting on a plane is painful. You know, when I was sitting at about 114 kilos, I mean, it's still painful. It is still painful. You know, you got wide shoulders and you sit in the plane. You just can't sit in the middle row. I mean, you can, but you know the two people who have to sit next to you hate you. They automatically hate you. They automatically go, this guy's a prick. For me, that Ronny Coleman dream is over. And what I'm very focused on now is trying to maintain the strength that I have and seeing how, you know, how essentially how ripped I can get while still maintaining that strength. Second question, Matt Bowling. First of all, Matty, thank you very much. You congratulated me on my progress in your Facebook message. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Your question was, how old were you when you decided to start training seriously? Man, I am back, and my mum says hi. Matty, how old were you when you decided to start training seriously? Man, I used to swim prior to getting into gym, so all throughout school I was training, I was a competitive swimmer. And when I stopped swimming, I felt like I needed to do something, so that was around about year 12, so in Australia that's around about 17 years old. I felt like I needed to be doing something. You know, I've always been a bit of a competitive person. I like to push myself, and gym was it for me. You know, I got into it, and the thing I loved about it was that, you know, I found that the hard work that I put in, I really saw the results. So the more work that I put in, I was benefiting from those results. 16, 17 years old, everybody knows what happens around that time, man. It's year 12, right? So I had a girlfriend. These things happen, boys. And probably a couple of months later, I didn't have a girlfriend. Those things also happen. Yeah, she broke my heart, man. Shit hurt. But it's a correlation, man. I will say this, right? I will say this. There's a correlation. You see a guy in the gym who's working his ass off, right? And then all of a sudden, he goes AWOL. So he's gone. You don't see him in the gym anymore. A month or so, he's gone. And then all of a sudden, he's back in there. You see this guy and he's training real hard. And you go, oh, man, where have you been? Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Girl problems, man. Girl problems. There is some correlation between girl problems and smashing yourself in the gym. So 16 and 17, man, is when I started smashing myself in the gym. I went through this breakup, which, you know, really was not that intense. But, you know, at the time with your hormones and shit, I felt like it was the end of the world. I started smashing the gym hard. But 21 years of age is probably when I started getting into the whole nutrition thing, you know, really getting into it. I started, you know, getting into German volume training, dog crap training, really trying out all these different things in order to get to where I needed to get to. So 16 to 17, man, I was just experimenting and, you know, getting into the gym, doing whatever, doing things incorrectly, I will say as well. But 21 years of age and forward is when I started getting really serious about things. Matty, you mentioned here that you're also looking forward to the bulking nutritional episode. So let's do that, man. Next step, that'll be for you, dude. I'll get that up. So bulking nutrition will be next. After that, man, we'll get an arm session and a shoulder session up for you guys as well. As always, boys, I hope that you're living life. I hope that you're having fun. I hope that you're reaching those goals. Train hard. Keep me updated on your progress. Like, subscribe. If you've got questions for me, hit me up in the comment section or on the Facebook page. Thank you for all your support. And don't bungee jump. And for those of you who are wondering why I haven't been putting up any gaming vids, for those of you who are the gamers out there, it's because I've actually just been getting into Counterstrike, and I'm really bad. Really bad. I ranked the other day as Silver 4, but I'm really bad. I can't use anything but an AWP, and everyone keeps telling me that I need to use an AK, but I'm probably more successful with a knife than I am with an AK, so that is a reason I wouldn't mind putting up some of that footage, but it would just be fail footage. I hope you boys are good. Take care of yourselves. We'll catch you next time.